Now, I was going to spare you any comment on the Scarlett Blake Fangzi Wang affair, which is on our website anyway, but it's still drawing comment, with the BBC's Samira Ahmed agonising about it on Newswatch last Saturday morning. Viewers have written, emailed in, complaining about BBC reporters referring to this psychopathic bloke as a woman, not even prefixing with trans. All the mainstream media did the same. But an earlier piece on Saturday's BBC News, where presenter Naga Manchetti interviewed MP Tobias Elwood about threats to MPs without either of them once telling viewers where the threats were actually coming from, tipped the balance. They are gaslighting the population. The media political complex are manipulating us into doubting our own sanity, into questioning reality, into believing their absurdities. Well, you'll only get the truth here, so let me show you how it works with half a dozen examples. Then we'll see what to do about it. We'll start with COVID, where they pretended we were all equally at risk, that bacterial hand wash and crude masks could stop an airborne virus, that experimental gene therapies were safe, fully tested, good, honest vaccines. The Bible tells us there can be such people as physicians of no value. Media and government propaganda nudged us into standing 2 meters apart and staying indoors so effectively that even today some of us would welcome restrictions back. They're now doing it over climate hysteria, pretending there's an emergency which calls for you to travel less, eat less meat, turn the heating down and put on a jumper, while the elite waste your money like water on ill-conceived idiocies, impoverish the people and jet around the world. Despite Jesus upholding all things by the word of his power, you'll even find Christians agreeing with them. They do it on abortion. Not even pro-life MPs want to rock the boat by asking their pro-abortion colleagues, what exactly is that in the womb? Is that a human being? Was the psalmist right to say, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb? They're doing it over Russia-Ukraine, repeating that the Russians and Putin are totally evil, while Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky, NATO, the US and the EU as pure as a driven snow. So Mr. Sunak can quietly send billions of pounds of your money to fight his proxy war and enrich his pals in the arms firms. People trot out lines they've learnt from the BBC, forgetting the psalmist said, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. They're doing it, as I saw on Saturday morning, over Islam, much preferring to talk about Lee Anderson's supposed Islamophobia than admit the threats to MPs are coming from pro-Hamas Muslims and their leftist friends from Islamists, in other words. They pretend there's nothing wrong with mass Muslim migration and that they can replace our Christian constitution with multiculturalism. You have Rishi Sunak claiming the UK is the world's most successful multi-faith democracy. Well did the prophet say, truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. They let the education establishment get away with doing it over RSE, pretending they can show what amounts to pornography to children, lying that it is age appropriate. They're also gaslighting your children into believing it's just fine to be promiscuous or homosexual and perfectly normal for a girl to decide she's actually a boy and be given life-changing drugs and mutilatory surgery, despite the Lord Jesus saying, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. Which leads us finally to Fangzi Wang, a deranged man who prefers to be called Scarlett Blake and pretend he is a woman, with police, judges, journalists colluding in his self-deception, hoping you won't notice the one they are calling a woman is really a man. The Lord Jesus himself said God created us male and female, not ourselves. It's gaslighting built on absurdity. So what to do about it? Firstly, make sure you are rooted in the truth of both his word and current events. We'll help you by looking behind the scenes and telling it as it is, both here and on our website, so you can pray informed prayers. Pray the Lord will raise up God-fearing men, change the hearts of the king's ministers or replace them with men after his own heart. Pray for them to be what the Bible calls able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness. OK, let's be fully aware a general election is coming and of what the opinion polls say, but let us never forget God does miracles. We'll be saying this is the Lord's doing and it is marvellous in our eyes. Pray for this ministry. I'll be honest with you, we need funding. We need your support. Leave your comments below, subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. Sign the petition below, go to our webpage and leave your details or support us below, and thanks for watching.